Eddie Hearn, you were so busy trying to sweep Vergil Ortiz underneath the feet of Golden Boy Promotions, and Dana White swept Conor Benn underneath your feet. Mind your own business, Eddie. Next time, mind yours.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, yo, there's a lot of unloyalty happening in the sport of boxing. Look, it's not new. But then these fighters are stepping up their unloyalty. They're stepping up their game when it comes to the unloyal category. But look, there's two types of unloyalties happening in the sport of boxing. I'm going to talk about these two names, right? As you all know, Conor Benn, breaking news, signed with Dana White, Zuffa. That was a surprise. We already know he's a product of matchroom boxing, a product of what Eddie Hearn has built, has helped. And Eddie Hearn was, damn, mate, you didn't even give me a call, mate. You didn't give me a call, damn it all. I deserve a call. Bloody man. He said, Conor Benn attorney is the one that reached out to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn texts Conor Benn to call him, and Conor Benn said, no. He felt that as disrespect, but why, Eddie Hearn, you ain't call him anyway? Like, you don't like the email, but then you text. How about you should have picked up the phone and called instead of texting, but you want Conor Benn to call. Anyway, two different type of unloyalty. Now, we all also heard today they had a hearing. Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions versus Vergil Ortiz versus Golden Boy Promotions, which a lot of people was talking about this type of unloyalty. And look, there's a difference. I don't think that Conor Benn is actually being unloyal in the sense of business, right? Because he's a free agent and he's free to go wherever he want to go to. He ain't break no contract. He didn't take Eddie Hearn to court. He's not trying to sue Eddie Hearn just to get out of court so he could go to Dana White. See, that's not being unloyal. Well, Richardson Hitchens also did, because Eddie Hearn is mad at Richardson Hitchens as well, that he said that he was unloyal because he signed him when nobody wanted to sign him. He ain't had no value in him and now he has all this value, blah, blah, blah. You already know that he was mad at Richardson Hitchens after the George Camboso fight. He called that unloyalty, but he's a free agent. That's not unloyalty. He's doing the right thing. He's doing business just like you. Damn it, Eddie Hearn, if you want all these guys to stay with you, how about you sign them to a lifetime contract instead of like a 3-fight deal, multi-fight deal, or whatever. See, Vergil Ortiz situation. Now that Vergil, and I like Vergil, one of my favorite fighters, one of the most entertaining fighters in the sport of boxing, one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport of boxing. But what he's doing to Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion to Eric Gomez, that's unloyalty to me, because you're trying to break away from a contract. They made you. They signed you at 18 years old. They helped you out. They helped your father. Oscar De La Hoya has helped Vergil Ortiz's father as well. Had nothing to do with the sport of boxing. So he's done a lot of things for Vergil and Vergil Sr. And see, that's unloyalty, trying to break a contract. But see, let me say it like this. Eddie Hearn goes around, comes around. Eddie Hearn, if you wasn't all focused in trying to sweep Vergil Ortiz under the rug of Golden Boy Promotions, Dana White swept Conor Benn underneath your feet. Oh, yeah. Eddie Hearn. See, if you should have never been focused trying to get Vergil Ortiz. You should have been paying attention to your own home. You should have been paying attention to your own casa. See, that's what happened. And he said in the recent interview, he said, I didn't know. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even feel like I needed to pitch him an offer because you thought that he's just gonna go and crawl back to you like a little doggy. Again, Eddie Hearn, you were so busy trying to sweep Vergil Ortiz underneath the feet of Golden Boy Promotions, and Dana White swept Conor Benn underneath your feet. Mind your own business, Eddie. Next time, mind yours. But anyway, this only a one-fight deal. This is only one-fight deal. So I don't want Eddie Hearn to jump out the bridge. He shouldn't jump off the cliff and start, saying all these things that he loaned him money and stuff. This is only one fight. Conor Benn could easily just go do business with you. It's fair. It's just a one-fight deal. You feel me? No malice. Hey, yo, more promoters got to be like Bob Arum. Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying? He was all right. Shakur Stevenson, you a free agent. You free to go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Terrence Bud Crawford, you free to go. But it's funny with these promoters also, they be trying to ish on the fighters when they leave them and praise them when they with them. They so busy trying to drive down their promotional company. Also, Eddie Hearn felt that Devin Haney was unloyal when, you know what I'm saying, he did his deal with Golden Boy Promotions to do the Ryan Garcia fight, right? But look at let's give a little bit. Let's cut Eddie a little break because he's done good things in the sport of boxing, right? Right? And Conor Benn also. So let's read what Conor Benn stated before we go into what I was about to say. Let's read what Conor Benn stated. The statement he made. First and foremost, I want to thank Eddie. And the entire team at Matchroom for everything they've done for me over the past decade. From guiding me when I first turned pro to headlining stadium shows, they were not only with me for those highlights moments, but stood shoulder to shoulder with me during the tough times. Facts. And we're going to go through all the favors that Eddie Hearn did for Conor Benn. It's been a journey beyond anything we could have imagined. And for their belief, support, and guidance, I will always be truly grateful. But Zuffa Boxing presented me with an opportunity I couldn't refuse. I love Eddie to continue to be part of my team and for our partnership to evolve in this new chapter. See, Conor Benn ain't trying to shit on you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor took that deal, right? With Netflix and Amanda Serrano, right? You was cool. She brought you along. You could stay on stage or whatever like that, right? Conor Benn could do the same thing. Is that he went with Dana White, a guy that you was shitting on. You was saying Zuffa ain't this, is that, and all this is your daddy, and this, and you ain't that. But guess what? Put it this way, Eddie. If Dana's daddy is Mr. Turkey out of shake, then maybe it was Turkey out shake that swept Conor Benn underneath your feet. Because you just said a couple of days ago that this basically is not really, Dana White, that he got to listen to his daddy. Yo, daddy. Eddie Hearn. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. You ain't saying that. But let's keep on reading. I'm filled with the excitement and hunger for what's ahead with Zuffa Boxing. I want the legacy fights, the biggest stages. I fear no man at any weight, and I'm ready to give the fans the fights they've been calling for. I'm in my prime, and together we have bold ambition plans. Fighter got to do what he got to do. He the one that puts his life on the line. But let's read the excuses. Right? Let's see all the things that Eddie Hearn has done for Conor Benn. But look, Conor Benn is very, very, gracious for what Eddie Hearn has done in his career. And shout out to ACD MMA, right? Eddie Hearn really did a lot for Conor Benn, right? Let's go with let's go with probably all the favors, right? Eddie Hearn signs Benn in 2016 that makes his pro debut on the Matchroom. Eddie Hearn gets Conor Benn number of fights on some big Anthony Joshua pay-per-view cards. Great precision, right? Almost like Oscar de la Hoya put Canelo Alvarez underneath on the card of Mayweather, right? And Mayweather put on the card to Tank, right? Tank was on the undercards of Floyd Mayweather. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A little boost. Don't hurt, right? So let's keep on reading. Benn stays undefeated on the Matchroom, and they get him the WBA title fight that he wins. Eddie Hearn gives Conor Benn a new deal with Matchroom in 2021. Eddie Hearn secures the Chris Eubank Jr. fight for Conor Benn in 2022. The fight gets canceled because Conor Benn fails a drug test. Ooh, when the whole world crashed on Conor Benn, right? The egg, right? Even got hit with the egg, right? Later on, Eddie Hearn was there to protect his investment. Let's keep on going. Eddie Hearn receives heavy criticism for publicly defending Conor Benn after his failed drug test. Eddie Hearn was there just like Conor Benn said he was there during the tough times. Eddie Hearn loans Conor Benn hundreds of thousands of dollars while he is out of the ring for over 500 days. Hey, that's a loan. See, he got to risk his life to pay Eddie Hearn back. So a loan is a loan, you know what I'm saying? It's grateful when you get a loan and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you still got to get the job and pay them right back. But hey, we all in dear need of a loan or somebody to help us during tough times. I've been there before. Conor Benn, Conor Benn's suspension is lifted after an independent panel cleared him. Eddie Hearn once again secures Conor Benn, the Chris Eubank Jr., and the help of Turkey fight, but this time at a 60,000-seat football stadium. Conor Benn loses the fight, making it the first loss of his career. Eddie Hearn once again gets him in another Chris Eubank Jr. fight at the same stadium, and this time he wins. Wow, the biggest victory, the biggest time of his career. Now, the value's all the way up, right? Like never before. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 2026. Conor Benn signs for Eddie Hearn's rival, Dana White, without even calling Eddie Hearn. Once you're a free agent, you're a free agent. You can't get mad, all right? You can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like when you messing with a chick, right? You don't want to put a ring on her. You don't want to marry her. You know what I'm saying? You say, let's date. We're dating. I can do everything for you and stuff like that. But you're just dating the girl. You know what I'm saying? You're having fun, sleeping in each other's houses and stuff like that. But you never want to take it all the way serious. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give it that lifetime type of contract. Something she can't refuse. Secure her. See? Eddie Hearn didn't secure. Your nose was sniffing on somebody else's business. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? What comes around, what goes around, comes around. Can't get mad. But at the end of the day, let me know what y'all think about this signing. I think it's great for Zuffa boxing. I think Zuffa is great for the sport of boxing. Another platform. You already know that Paramount gave him $7.7 billion. You already know that's new money, so everybody going to go over there. Just like when you came to the USA market, Eddie Hearn. Just like when Al Heyman came with the new money. Just like when Turkey Al-Sheikh came with new money. When new money comes along, oh yeah, the fighters will leave and will go over there. Why you think Vergil Ortiz want to sign with you, Eddie Hearn? You offer him what? $16, $20 million and stuff like that. 8-figure payday for Conor Benn and Zuffa. And it's just beginning, ladies and gentlemen. All you people that was making fun of Dana White and Zuffa, oh yeah, he got the back of the Turkey Al-Sheikh. I like Turkey Al-Sheikh. Everybody like Turkey Al-Sheikh. Don't get mad. Oh, Dana White is here to stay. You're all going to be good players. Everybody going to play their role, right? But the real person y'all should be mad at, both y'all, Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, and Oscar De La Hoya with the Vergil Ortiz situation, you guys know who you mad at. But you can't talk ish about him because that bridge, y'all not ready to burn that bridge. Y'all ain't ready to go toe-to-toe with Turkey. So y'all take it on Dana White. Yeah, taking it on Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy Promotion will take it on the zone and Matchroom Boxing now because they're waiting in the wing, right? Dana White was waiting in the wing, Eddie Hearn, just like you waited in the wing when Canelo Alvarez had a situation with Golden Boy Promotions to sweep him, and just like the situation with Vergil Ortiz. I can see after this fight, a lot of fighters gonna go to Zuffa. Congratulations, man. You played yourself.